Dzień dobry, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before Janusz Górecki, our head of research, shares with me his early findings every year, the first question that comes to my mind is, are we still growing so fast? And he always got a good answer and a double-digit message. Believe me, there won't be surprise today. I've got the remote somewhere here. Imagine that while we are enjoying the conference today, over the next 2 days, the recruitment teams across the Poland will extend 180 job offers to the number of professionals, which is pretty amazing. And we also anticipate, if you look at our numbers, that in less than 2 years, the total number of jobs significantly exceed 1/3 Let's take a look at the cities. I don't think there is a surprise here. Krakow, Warsaw, and Wrocław lead the peloton, and almost 60% is what they represent in the employment figures. Whilst we still observe stable growth in the other regional cities. That's pretty interesting that Poland-headquartered companies are the second largest employer in our industry, right after United States, and followed by the group of Nordic countries as listed on this beautiful slide. And while dominating type of activities are IT, finance and accounting, and financial services related, the complexity of the jobs that we are bringing into the centers significantly increased. The vast majority of growth will continue coming from the existing investors. And there is no, I think, surprise if I tell to you that they are not only growing in the current locations, but they are also exploring the options to open the operations in the other cities, but not necessarily outside of Poland, but within Poland. And this is pretty amazing and important for this community. Probably the most I think, discussed topic recently, the RPA and artificial intelligence. They are playing a visible role in the transformation of our operational centers. But 70%, almost 70% of companies declare that they are at the very early stage of this journey. We've got a lot of distinguished analysts today. Some of them will be speaking. I'm actually very curious to what degree they will challenge these numbers. And what is also important that, with all these discussions around RPA, artificial intelligence, most of the leaders that were surveyed this year, they are very clear that the main objective is not to reduce the jobs. They really want, and they are pretty much open and ready to bring more complex jobs from the business unit that were not yet moved to the operations centers in our region. My time is coming to the end. So I quickly flash the selected trends that business leaders in Poland, not only those who are gathered in this auditorium, should have on their radar screen for the next months and probably a couple of years. Artificial intelligence is quite exciting, but don't worry, it won't drastically change the way we work in the near future. Agility, very popular expression these days, will become the new black in driving transformation, but will require dramatic change in the way we cooperate and build the teams around the specific goals, and we are writing a little bit about the more details in our report that I really encourage you to explore. And the topic that probably doesn't seem to be super sexy these days, but extremely important, is around business continuity and IT security. So paying attention to business continuity and security in general is one of the most critical focus areas in a more and more digital and automated ecosystem. And the exposure is enormous, and I'm maybe not expressing that strongly, but this is really serious topic that companies should really focus on and cannot afford ignoring that at all. And this is probably the favorite one, not necessarily because I'm very passionate about this topic, but consolidation of the sector will continue. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the numbers of centers, locations will be growing rapidly, but there will be more and more hybrid models that will be combining captive centers with outsourced operations. And in some cases, that will be even happening under one roof. And we've got a lot of examples already in our environment. At the same time, BPO providers will be helping organizations to build, operate, and transfer back the shared service operations and migrate the increasing, and actually mitigate the increasing risk of setup and maturing the new operations in pretty complex environment when you are currently in a country like Poland with more than 1,200 operation centers across the cities. I hope that I managed to attract a little bit of your attention and encourage to read our report that will be available for you in the networking areas in a couple of minutes. Thanks a lot for your attention, and I hope, and I'm even convinced that you will enjoy this event for the next 2 days. Thanks a lot. Thank you.